Welcome back, wonderful viewers, to another insightful episode dedicated to enriching and strengthening your relationships. Today, we're exploring an important topic for those who seek to align their relationships with their faith. How to tell the difference between a godly woman and a worldly man. What are the key characteristics that set them apart? And how can you recognize these traits in your interactions and relationships? A godly woman and a worldly man often have fundamentally different values and lifestyles. Understanding these differences is crucial for making informed and spiritually aligned relationship choices. Today, we're delving into 7 key indicators that can help you discern between a godly woman and a worldly man. 1. Faith and spiritual priorities. Let's start with number 1. Faith and spiritual priorities. A godly woman places her relationship with God at the center of her life. She regularly engages in prayer, attends church, and seeks to grow in her faith. Her decisions and actions are guided by biblical principle. In contrast, a worldly man may prioritize secular achievements, material success, and personal pleasure over spiritual growth. His focus might be more on worldly gains than on a relationship with God. Recognizing these priorities can help you understand their core motivation. 2. Moral and ethical standards. A godly woman adheres to high moral and ethical standards based on biblical teachings. She values honesty, integrity, kindness, and humility. Her actions reflect a commitment to living a life that honors God. On the other hand, a worldly man may base his moral compass on societal norms or personal desires rather than divine guidance. He might be more willing to compromise on ethical issues if it benefits him personally. Observing how someone handles ethical dilemmas can reveal a lot about their character. 3. Attitude towards relationships. A godly woman views relationships through the lens of her faith. She seeks to build connections that are rooted in love, respect, and mutual spiritual growth. She is likely to be patient, forgiving, and supportive, striving to emulate Christ-like love. In contrast, a worldly man might approach relationships with a focus on personal satisfaction and convenience. He might prioritize physical attraction and immediate gratification over deeper emotional and spiritual connection. Understanding their approach to relationships can provide insight into their values. 4. Lifestyle choices. Lifestyle choices often reflect underlying values. A godly woman chooses activities and hobbies that align with her faith. She may be involved in church activities, volunteer work, and other positive, community-oriented pursuits. Her lifestyle reflects her commitment to living out her faith daily. Conversely, a worldly man may indulge in activities that are self-serving or even contrary to biblical teachings. His lifestyle choices might reflect a pursuit of pleasure, status, or material wealth over spiritual growth. Observing how someone spends their time can be telling. 5. Communication and language. Communication and language are powerful indicators of a person's heart and mind. A godly woman speaks with kindness, encouragement, and wisdom. She avoids gossip, slander, and harmful words, striving to use her speech to uplift and edify others. In contrast, a worldly man may use language that is coarse, disrespectful, or self-serving. His communication might reflect a focus on worldly concerns rather than spiritual truths. Listening to how someone speaks can reveal much about their inner life. 6. Influence and companionship. Company a person keeps can significantly influence their character and behavior. A godly woman surrounds herself with friends and mentors who support her spiritual journey and encourage her to grow in her faith. She values relationships that foster mutual edification. A worldly man might associate with individuals who share his secular interests and values, often prioritizing social status and personal gain. Observing the influence of a person's companions can provide insight into their priorities. Number 7. Response to challenges. How a person responds to challenges can reveal their true character. A godly woman faces difficulties with faith, patience, and a reliance on God's strength. She seeks God's guidance in overcoming obstacles and trusts in His plan. On the other hand, a worldly man might rely on his own strength and resources, often responding to challenges with frustration, anger, or avoidance. Watching how someone handles adversity can provide a clear picture of their spiritual maturity. So, how can you tell the difference between a godly woman and a worldly man? By observing their faith and spiritual priorities, moral and ethical standards, attitude towards relationships, lifestyle choices, communication and language, influence and companionship, and response to challenges, you can gain a clearer understanding of their true character. Remember, aligning yourself with individuals who share your spiritual values is key to building fulfilling and God-honoring relationships. Thank you for joining us today. If you found this episode insightful, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. We'd love to hear your thoughts and experiences in the comments below. Until next time, keep exploring and enriching your relationships and faith journey.